Role number 5, resource manager. So the resource manager or staffing manager is responsible for assigning the human resources for which he is responsible on company projects. He must match the availability and skills of the resources with the needs of the project. So the resource manager assists the project manager in planning and assigning human resources to the project. He has to be able to determine the capacity of a company to meet the project's needs in terms of human resources required. He must also help in assigning those resources to projects. He also has to be able to hire new employees for project purposes. So resource managers may also manage payroll and handle training for project team members. The main activities of a resource manager are, what I talked about here is managing human resources, optimizing staff assignments, assigning available staff to projects based on their skills and experience. He has to be able to notify the management of strong project needs as well as workload decreases. He has to be working on monitoring employee utilization and workload and overtime. He has to be working on providing ongoing resource management support to project managers. A resource manager has to be able to suggest appropriate resources to the project manager or the project director. He has to be able to evaluate and develop the skills of team members based on their potential and the needs of future projects. He has to be able to ensure the training of the project team. He also has to be involved in the hiring of new staff according to the project budgets. He can assist with human resource processes such as payroll administration, compensation and benefits plans and staff training and all of that I've just mentioned. He can participate in collaborating on resource management within internal departments. He can also be working on documenting the processes and maintaining records in the human resource department. And then finally, one of the activities that the human resource manager, and then finally, one of the activity a resource manager must do is keeping informed about labor laws and resource management trends. So probably the easiest way to differentiate a resource manager from a project manager is to analyze the level at which they operate in the company. So a project manager operates at the project level. That is to say, he manages one or more projects and is responsible for the successful completion of that project by the project team. A resource manager operates at the company level. He is responsible for allocating the appropriate resources to the different projects being carried out in a company. Another aspect that differentiates a project manager from a resource manager is the fact that a project manager usually deals with a series of time-bound processes. Projects have fixed deadlines, as we all know. They have bound by time. It has a start date and an end date. Meanwhile, a resource manager, on the other hand, works on a continuous basis because he is usually involved in most, if not all, of the company's ongoing projects.